Hello! How's everybody doing? We're gonna see about this fun time. I got some things I'm gonna talk about here in a second. Got some cool prizes, but it's a lovely service we just saw, and I'm excited to talk with you all. One thing I want to start with: you ever played those little games where you've tried to decide what belongs here and what doesn't? Okay, I got a couple things for you real quick. What we're going to do here is, all right, one of these things doesn't belong here. Okay, what do you think? Is it the hamburger, the hot dog, or the ice cream? Okay, all of them belong in my belly. I probably put too much of these in my belly. But the ice cream, all right, that's different. Okay, we got a hamburger and hot dog. Let's see about this. All right. Which one doesn't belong here? Okay. You got a four-legged creature, and a dolphin. What do you think? Of course, the dolphin. Okay, the dolphin. Now, let's look at this one. Okay, this one's a little tricky, okay? Let's see. Which one of these three women are a mother? Is it this one? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Now, let me ask you this. Which one of these women is a grandmother? Okay, what if I told you all three of them are mothers? You think, how could that be? I mean, this woman looks like she's about 100 years old. How could she be a mother? Wouldn't she just be a grandmother? Well, let me tell you. That's kind of the thing about our story this morning. Okay, our story this morning is about a 100-year-old woman named Sarah. Okay, we have our Bible story, Abraham and Sarah's visitors. And the story goes like this. When Abram was 99 years old, he and his wife, Sarah, were waiting for God's promise of a huge family to come true. Now, Abram was getting frustrated. He asked God, well, what are you waiting for? We're old. God spoke to Abram. He says, I will keep my promise, and I will change your names. Instead of Abram, your name will be Abraham, and instead of Sarai, your wife will be called Sarah. Now, Abram was afraid of what God said. He thought he was too old to become a father of so many people, and his wife was too old to have children. He fell on his face, and he peeked up with one eye. Could God really make such a thing happen? Well, later, as Abraham was sitting by the tent, he saw three strangers walking towards him. Abraham squinted into the sun and wondered who would be visiting him on such a hot day. Hi, Abraham, they said when they arrived. You must be tired of traveling. Would you like to sit down to rest and have some food? Maybe some ice cream. Oh, it was a desert. Nah, probably not ice cream. But quickly, Abraham asked Sarah to make some bread. He ordered his servant to prepare some meat, and Sarah stood hiding in the tent, listening to the visitors. Who are they? Why had they come to her house? And why were they talking about her? She leaned in a little closer. Your wife Sarah, the visitors said, will have a son. And Sarah started to laugh. Didn't they know that she was 100 years old and too old to have a child? And the visitors looked up. Why is Sarah laughing? Doesn't she believe God's promise can happen? Well, God's promise to Abraham did happen. Sarah had a baby boy and named him Isaac, which means laughter. Abraham and Sarah's family grew and grew and grew, and God blessed each generation with laughter and happiness. Now, I like hearing our stories because I start thinking about how do I fit into the story? Because the stories in the Bible are not just stories about other people. I mean, they're stories about people that are just like us. Okay? They're our story, the story of how God talks to all of his creations. Now, I find myself being like Sarah, not a 100-year-old woman who is going to have a baby, but I can understand when she hears that God's promise, this thing that is so incredible, could never happen, she thinks, she starts to laugh. She starts to laugh because I think the same way. You know, sometimes I think, oh, there's no way God could do something like that. That's too far out there. But because I've read the stories from the Bible and I've seen God in my own life, I don't laugh as much anymore. Okay? I believe and trust that God is with me. In our gospel today, Jesus tells his disciples to go out and tell people about him and his love. And the disciples probably laughed a little bit because they knew they were going to talk to people who didn't all want to listen to them. They didn't want to listen to them. There are some of them that are going to just laugh at them and kick them out. And they were supposed to trust that Jesus was going to be with them in spirit, and Jesus was going to take care of them and give them the right words to say and the right way to act. They probably laughed. But after they did it, they knew that Jesus was with them. Now, some of you have probably done this. You've made like a pinky prayer. I make a pinky promise, okay? I promise my friend that I'm going to do something, right? Or maybe you've promised that you're not going to eat all the cookies. Or you promised you're going to clean your room. Or you promise that you're going to do all of your schoolwork. And then you haven't kept that promise. Well, God, as we hear in this story about Sarah and Abraham, God always keeps God's promises. God says he will be with us, and we are. So, God's promise is a little bit different. It's like our rainbow that we have from Noah. God promises that God will always be with us. And we have to trust in that promise. And the more that I've lived my life, the more I know in my heart that God is always with me. He promises that, and God keeps God's promises. Now, I got something that I want to keep as a promise. I want to promise you tonight, if you'd like to, you can join us for a lot of fun, okay? Tonight, we have the first St. Mark's Family Feud game. The Hortons and the Durdens are going to challenge each other to a lot of fun. We're going to do it over Zoom, and if you'd like to join us, you can put something in the comments, or you can email me at lgilbert@st-marks.com, and I'll send you the link. It'll be a lot of fun, I promise. I can't wait to get it up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, tomorrow, I can also tell you, remember when I told you about this sucker? All right, we've been meeting on Mondays, the kids and I, over Zoom, and we've been playing games. They've been lots of fun. We play games like karaoke, where I sing a song as a cow, and if you can guess it, you get a point. All right, like moo 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 moo. Well, I'll sing all their moo 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 moo. Can you guess what song that is? Yeah, it's the doxology in D. No, it's Mary Had a Little Lamb. And we play Name That Tune, and we play charades, and we play all sorts of games that are a lot of fun. And you can win prizes. Like, I've got all these prizes. I've got everything you can imagine. I got the sucker. I got little squishy things. I got water bottles with unicorns on it. I got light up swords that you can get. I've got baseball bats. I got airplanes that you can fly around. I got Mike and Ike's. I've got cotton candy. I've got Nerds and cherry. We got Kit Kats. We have Pops. We got Ring Pops. We got squirt guns. We got gummy bears. We got all sorts of prizes. I've got lots and lots of prizes for anybody and everybody. And if you come and play with me, okay, and you can get enough points, you can win one of these prizes. So I hope everybody join us tonight for Family Feud. And tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock via Zoom, we'll be playing games for prizes. So I promise you guys, I'm praying for you every day. And I pray that you know in your heart, just as I do, that God is always with you. God bless you and have a wonderful day. All right.